What's up, guys? This is Adam from esportsheaven.com, and I am here with none other than Smash Practice's Zhu. How you doing today, man?
Quite good for reasons that we just mentioned that we're not going to talk about now, but
Expect that. Okay, so have you played today? Walk me through your matches. How'd you do?
haven't played. My pool starts at 4 p.m. I'm round D, so I have no idea how my matches are going to go. We'll see, but hopefully well.
Okay. Now, all right. So, Zhu, you've been in the community for a while. Your roles have changed from just being a player, and now you have Smash Practice. Now you're in Last Lock Legends. So there's a lot of things that are going on with you. What do you say is your focus at this point?
I want to do them all. I'm a greedy person. I think I can maximize my time and my energy and my efforts to do all of them well. And with Last Lock Legends, that's been my focus more recently, just like that video stuff. And Smash Practice will be making a comeback soon, and I guess I'll have more information about that later. I can't say too much about it now, though, unfortunately.
Okay, I respect that, so keep on the lookout, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so one thing that I guess you were voting into the Smash Summit last time, right? And it seemed like that was, I don't want to say a spiritual experience for you, that might be a bit too strong of a word, but it did seem like it kind of helped you out a lot in terms of like getting that practice in, playing against all these top players a lot, and maybe just finding a bit of your identity. Because from what I understand, you were kind of having trouble with only maining Falco. So where are you with that right now? Are you settling on Falco? Are you still thinking about different characters? How are you feeling?
So my switch to Sheik was actually very interesting. It did a lot of things for me. For a while, I wasn't sure with the Falco pick, and I picked up Sheik because I'm like, okay, well, it's she has good kill setups. She's a very reactionary character. She does all of these things. And I took her very seriously. I treated her as a main. That said, there's a period of time where I kind of just stopped playing Melee altogether, and I had to go back and play tournaments again. And because I took that break and because Sheik was just so new to me, when I came back, she wasn't all that great. So I just went back to Falco. But from my experience playing with Sheik, I took a lot of things that are Sheik specific, just that reactionary playstyle, lots of tech chasing, and I took those things and put it into my Falco, and just by doing that, that made a big difference in my Falco. So I don't regret the experience, but I'm definitely not a Sheik main whatsoever right now. I'm definitely a pure Falco main. I think there might be another time where there's a certain aspect of the game that I want to put into Falco. And I think this strategy of picking a character that really embodies that strategy and then moving that into Falco is something that I should experiment with more, because that worked really well with Sheik going into Falco. But yeah, that said, pure Falco right now. We'll see in the future. Not sure.
Okay. Now so you're going to be maining Falco. How are you feeling about your play in general as of late? Because as you said, you're splitting your attention to many different places. You are doing Last Lock Legends. So how do you feel, man? How do you feel into this tournament? How do you feel overall, maybe for this year in general?
Right now, I have not been in very good shape. I haven't been going to tournaments, haven't been practicing as much, but I still do okay. I'm still getting by, but that's not the ideal situation, right? You want to go to these tournaments and feel confident. You want to win. You want to do very well. I am not there right now, but I plan to be. And a lot of the stuff that I've been working on have been personal. So outside Smash Practice, outside Last Lock Legends, there's just been other stuff that I've been trying to figure out, which recently I have. And I feel without that roadblock, I can focus on being an actual competitor again. And I'm really excited to see where that takes me in 2016, because there's so many events coming up. I'll have a lot of opportunities to practice, get better, and see results. So I'm really excited to see how that goes.
Now, from what I understand, you're full esports. You're all in on this. Is that correct?
I just got a job, actually, and it's kind of related to that. I can't say too much about it yet, but once that's announced, that job is related. Being a player, competitors related, Smash Practice, Last Lock Legends, all related. So basically all the work that I do is related to Smash. I would say more so Smash than the term esports. Okay. Yeah.
Now, okay, so whenever we talk about pursuing a career in Smash or even esports, a lot of people are just I don't know, man. I don't know. That's kind of a risky industry. Yeah. How are you going to make that money? Was it a really hard decision for you to make? Did you spend a lot of nights just looking up the scene, what am I doing? Is this actually going to happen? Or was it just let's do it, I'm all in?
Oh God, that took me so long to, because okay, I quit my job in last May. It was a nice job. I worked at a software company. I was getting paid. I could support myself, right? But like I realized that I've been doing like Smash. I've been going to tournaments, and it's just like my life for the past 10 years, and it's like the thing that I want to be a part of, right? And so I don't know. After talking with a lot of people, specifically my girlfriend encouraged me to do this because she saw that like this is where I wanted to be. This is what I wanted to do, to invest my time and my energy into. And even if it was like a high risk, the reward was even higher. So high risk, high reward, just like Duck, the Samus player. I don't know. I just balanced out again the risk and the reward, and I decided this is something that I want to take. And even if it doesn't work out, at least I tried. At least I could look back and say that, well, like at least I gave it a shot, and I'm not wondering what if.
So would you say that was kind of, besides your girlfriend, would you say that was one of the motivating things? Like, if I don't do this now, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life.
That was definitely a big part of it. I don't know. It's just I was more just focused on like the reward, honestly. Like I love Smash. I love doing all this stuff. I love what it's become and all the different opportunities there are. I genuinely think Smash and gaming and esports is like gonna continue to grow. It's an industry. We can call it an industry now, right? So I mean, like if I'm thinking big, and if I'm thinking like, oh, I want to do something really big in esports, or like support myself out of it, like now is the time. You have to like do it now, because it's already like so many different positions and like games, like being a competitor, being a TO, like all of the standard jobs in esports are already kind of saturated. Like a lot of them are like really hard to break into now. So it's like if you want to do something big, you better make it in now, right? You better do something big.
And going off of that, is that kind of why you started Smash Practice, and then you got started with Last Arc Legends, and you're being a player? Is that why you've kind of, I wouldn't say spread yourself thin, but you have your hand in, I guess, many baskets, if you want to use that term? I've
definitely spread myself thin a little bit at some point, but I think with all of like, just for me as a person, like if I look at my Falco, I feel like I'm pretty well rounded, and that's just kind of the person that I am. I really like doing the Smash Practice stuff, like teaching people, helping others, and that, making videos, but also like doing like the videography stuff on Last Arc Legends. Like these are just all things I enjoy, and so it wasn't so much like strategic as opposed to like this is just what I just like doing. Yeah, but as a result, yeah, I think I did spread myself thin a little bit, trying to do all these different things, but I think I have a better grasp on like my approach to all of these things, and instead of like focusing on, like, let's say in Smash Practice doing all these different things, maybe just focusing on one or two things, and then in Last Arc Legends just focusing on one or two things in that.
Okay, that's interesting. As you said, you felt like you did spread yourself thin a little bit. Was there a time when you went kind of all in where you're just like, okay, maybe this wasn't the right decision, maybe I should go back to that software company, maybe I should just go back to normal life, as many would call it? Were there any of those dark days that kind of hung over you?
Yeah, I was actually nearing that right around now. So like, I quit my job last May. I gave myself about a year to find like a job in esports, and if not, I would just go back, right? Not a bad thing, but like to me, that's kind of like, I kind of like failed. Yeah. If I like didn't make it, it's like, I kind of just like went back. And I was pretty close to getting there. Like I just like last week, I was actually at the point where I felt like I exhausted all of my options, but something came along. Whether it's luck or a product of all of the work that I put in last year, I don't know. But I'm glad I took the risk. I can't say that it's for everyone. But I mean, if the whole esports thing, if all of this stuff is what you want to do, it might be worth thinking about. Yeah.
This is really interesting because in my experience in dealing with the Smash community and looking at all the various personalities, I feel like you're one of the people that's actually really talked about, I guess, I want to say your struggles maybe, but you've been a bit more personal with what exactly is going on and how your mindset is. So that's a bit interesting. Do you feel like, as just who you are as a person, is that like Zhu speaking, or is that the real you speaking?
That's really funny. Very few people call me by anything other than Zhu, because Zhu is my last name. My first name is Julian, right? No one calls me Julian. Like my girlfriend doesn't call me Julian. She just says like, oh hey, like she doesn't address me by anything. Like, I don't know. My friends all call me Zhu. Like most of my best friends are from the Smash community, Zhu. So like I am Zhu. Like that's really who I am. And when I'm like very open about stuff, like maybe I'm weird. I don't know. I'm very okay with just like talking about my problems. I feel like everyone goes through shit, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, let's be real.
what?
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just okay with like having my stuff out there because I feel like I don't really have much to lose by talking about it. Like, I'm not so concerned about my image because I guess within the community, like I don't have like a bad reputation or anything. Like, people aren't out there to like, go after me. So it's like if I talk about these things, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm making myself vulnerable or anything. If anything, it's kind of the opposite because I'm relating with other people, right?
Yeah, I think that by opening yourself up, I think that you're helping a lot of people in this Smash community who might be going through the same thing and like thinking like, I don't know, where should I put my eggs in which basket kind of thing. Now, as you said, you're part of Last Talk Legends. Talk to me a little bit about that, because as much as it's been hyped up and as much as we see it on Smash UG as rewards and stuff like that, we haven't really seen too much products. I mean, the Big House 5 one that you did, at least for episode 1, was great. So talk to me a little about the origin maybe and where it's going. Why do you feel like it's so important to the point where you say you might have stretched yourself a little thin?
Man, you know so much about everything. Jesus Christ, do you guys have like a research crew or what?
No, I'm a fan, man. I'm just a fan.
You guys are some crazy fans. So Last Talk Legends was originally Prog's idea. It was originally called Game Theory, and the idea of it was we take a bunch of like moments in Melee history that was kind of lost. Because like the documentary came out, and a lot of people like saw that and like, watched EVO and stuff, but like there's so much stuff that happened before that people don't know about. So it's like we take like 10 or so moments, have the people who were part of it talk about it, like what happened behind the scenes, why was it significant, and we do that with like high production quality, ideally at like a Netflix level. That's something that's very watchable, right? That everyone can enjoy. So that was the original idea, and we've been doing that. In fact, Ken versus Bomb Soldier is going to be broadcast or showcased tonight. So, right, it's like a 20-minute long thing that like Prog, primarily Prog edited, and I think a bunch of people in the Last Talk Legends crew like filmed. I think there's Toph. I think we reached out to like some of the Japanese players as well. So it's like there's a lot of good stuff in there, right? So I mean, that's only one episode. I personally did the Wombo Combo episode. Like that's being edited right now and should be finished soon. So I mean, like, good things take a while. Like from me, like doing my own montages and like the YouTube videos and stuff, like that stuff takes a long time to put together. Papa Paint is a full-time video editor. Like he doesn't, like, he spends his 9 to 5 and more and weekends and stuff editing together Last Talk Legends videos, putting together ideas for like the top 8 videos that everyone sees. And Last Talk Legends, I think, will be, well, I don't know if they'll be expanding soon, but I think we recognize that like we need to get stuff out faster if possible. That's not something like we understand that the community is like, oh, we put in all this money, we don't see a Big House video until like months later, right? We obviously know that, and we're gonna like make or do our best effort to put things out faster, but the priority is still the quality. And quality we can always guarantee, and you guys have seen that, right? So I just ranted about Last Talk Legends. I forgot what the question was.
Actually, I kind of forgot too. I'm pretty sure it was just like, why do you think it's so important, and why do you feel like it's so important to you to the point where you would like kind of stretch yourself kind of thin, as you said?
I got you tomorrow.
What?
Going down. I got you tomorrow. First match.
Oh, sick. Okay. Matt Dadzeb calling me out. Let me think. I mean, so, man, media. If I've learned anything this year, is that media changes everything. I think Melee in particular, the community is so invested and grown so much because there are narratives, because people follow a story and people follow the individuals that drive the story. And I think Last Talk Legends is a very important part of that, because like right now with like TSM and Cloud9, they put out these videos about Mango and Leffen, and as great as they are, they're meant to make those guys look a certain way. Maybe very cool or very big or very presentable to like a mass audience. And then there's stuff that's like, like home streams and stuff where it's like you get to know them personally. I feel like Last Talk Legends is like somewhere in between. It's highly produced content meant to be consumed by a large number of people, but it's also meant to show the things that, maybe aren't originally meant to like sell someone. It's just like, this is who they actually are, or here are the moments that like people might have forgotten about that are important, but like, wasn't something that's like a mainstream thing. So I think Last Talk Legends fills a lot of the gaps that people like don't really know about. And that to me is very important because that's what I actually experience at a tournament when I, hang out with my homies, like between tournaments and stuff. That's the people don't really get to see, and Last Talk Legends puts that in the forefront.
Okay, all right. So I have an interesting question for you, given that everything that we talked about. Let's say 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you've gone full Smash, everything all in. As you said, you have this new job. Yeah. What does Zhu want to be remembered for in this community? How does he want to be recognized?
I don't know if I really care to be recognized for anything. I just want to have a good time. Like, it's not so much about like what I make or like what my impact is. Like, I feel like I've already, like, I'm always surprised whenever anyone comes up to me and says like, oh, like I love Happy Feet, or like you're the reason I played Falco. I feel like I've already done that. So I'm not so concerned about that. I just want to do what I can to give back in whatever ways I can and just to have as much fun as I can. So, like, I don't know, for me it's not having a legacy, it's just like enjoying my time here at every event as much as I possibly can, and that's what I'm more focused on.
Okay, I think that's actually a really good answer. I applaud you on that answer, my friend. So as you said, the whole like Last Talk Legends thing, quality over I wouldn't say quantity, but in terms of time of production, it can get really the pressures of the community and your own standards can come to a head. I know in other communities, especially in StarCraft, there's been documentary that's been in the works for 3 or 4 years, and people are like, "Where is this thing?" So I can understand your worries about the community. What do you feel like is the way to, I guess, mitigate that? I mean, anyone can say, oh, let's get it out faster. You know what I mean? How do you feel like you actually do get it out faster, but still maintain that quality? Is it just more efficient work? Or is it like, man, you just got to grind more? It's not 9 to 5 anymore. It's like 9 to 10.
So I think there have been a few strategies that they've been doing so far. They've been releasing a lot of like mini episodes in between, and I think that little appetizer, that reassurance that like, oh, we are working and we are going to produce something of very high quality. That's oftentimes enough for a lot of people, right? I think with Last Talk Legends right now, or I guess like going back when it started, it was just a group of guys who just wanted to make some videos. But now it's become an actual business. Like, I think Last Talk Legends is an actual like LLC, and they're doing like other projects and like actually trying to monetize it. And by monetizing it, then you get more resources. Then you could potentially hire more people or get better equipment. Make the content faster. So I think right now is a transition period for Last Talk Legends in particular, where it's gonna be more serious, more professional, and like I think that we can expect for things to come a bit faster. Like Papa Paint says that every time he does it, he gets a little bit better at making the mini docs, and like our videographers are getting better at getting the footage, and we're better at coordinating the interviews. Like, it's a work in progress. We just started. We're scrubs. Well, no, we're not scrubs. They're all very good, but like we're still new to being Last Talk Legends or like a production company, and it's getting there. I have a lot of faith in them. I'm part of it, so I wanna have faith in this. I don't know. I think we'll get there for all the reasons I said.
Okay. All right. We've talked a lot about Smash. Let's take a step away from the game. What do you like to do outside the game, man? What is your life outside this game? Even though you've kind of described how you're so all in, what do you do for fun? Like, what other hobbies do you have? Things like that.
Man, I don't know. I like anime.
Anime's pretty cool.
Like a lot of anime. Dude, I've been getting into cooking more, but that's more just so like I don't have to eat out all the time, and so that like I can sustain myself a little bit better. I don't know, like really simple stuff. Like, I guess I like entertainment. Oh, I like TV, movies, and anime. I like feeding myself, and I like exercising. But like, is that sad? No, it's not sad. Melee's so sick and it's so deep that like it's enough for me between like the game itself, all the random social media stuff and like the stories that come out, all the creative content that people come out, like that already takes up so much of my time and keeps me so engaged that like I don't feel like I need that much. Like when I play any other game or when I do any other hobby, I feel like it's so like lacking compared to like playing some good ass Melee with like your homies. So like I've honestly tried to like pick up other games and like other hobbies, like I don't know, like rock climbing I started getting into, and like that's fun. Yeah, right. Yeah. It's actually so I like rock climbing because it's similar to Melee, I feel like, because there's like some tech, there's like these different levels, it's like a challenge. So I feel like everything that I like from now on is gonna have to be at least as good as Melee in some sense. Like, and I feel like a lot of other people would say the same. I don't know. It's just so sick.
I love the passion, man. I love this. Okay, I love your passion for this game. Melee is really beautiful, though. I have to say,
Yeah.
it's what got me into esports. So I completely agree with you on that. Now, you've mentioned all of these things, and obviously there's some things that you can't mention. But overall, what would you say are your goals for this year?
Ooh, yeah. Do well at my new job. Talk about that more.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. As a competitor, I guess it's good to have like specific and measurable specific measurable goals. Top 20. Become top 20. I think I can within the year. Smash practice, make that into a consistent thing that actually has more impact in the community. I know before with me and Cactar, we did like kind of like random streams, not very super focused. Like at first it kind of was, but then it kind of died off over time. I want to do something similar to like the Toph and Scar show, where they, have like a bi-weekly thing, like a very set thing that people look forward to. I want to do that with Smash practice. And then Last Lock Legends, want to help them out. So I'm not helping them out as much with the like technical side. I'm going to be doing more like, coming up with ideas on video content for them to make, maybe executing some of them, maybe doing like the actual like interviews or being a host or something like that, which I'm doing at the summit, which will be a lot of fun actually. Yeah, I snuck my way into the summit.
You know how it is,
Yeah.
Any way you can get into the summit, you got it.
Definitely not doing all of that politics, voting stuff. Oh my god, dude, that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. So I'd say those are the big three. Yeah, competitor, job, and Last Lock Legends. Smash practice. I guess that's 4. That's a lot of things. You're right.
Just to be clear, as you said, you want to get top 20. Would you say is your goal like, man, I want to be the best in the world, or is it just like I just want to improve because I feel like I know I'm better than this?
I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've like since I started playing Smash, I ever had the mentality of I want to be the best, and I think that really shows in my play. And I'm trying to adopt that because I think maybe that's what it takes to get there, right? However, I also understand that like you can't just like skip ahead like that. You also have to like work your way up incrementally. So I think my end goal is to be the best, and my first stepping stone is top 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so before we wrap up, I have to ask you something very controversial. Okay, now you said you watch movies. Did you watch Batman v Superman? No?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay. All right, there you have it. We were not even going to talk about it. Trust me, I feel the same way. So,
Yeah.
all right, that about wraps it up. I don't have anything else to say, man. This has been a great interview. Are there any shout-outs you want to give or words you want to say to your fans? How can your fans follow you?
Twitter, I guess. Twitter, Porzu. Snapchat, Porzu. I guess I'm doing Snapchat kind of just for fun. I don't have any like strategies for that. It's just like I snap some stuff, and if you want to see what I'm doing, you can see it there.
Okay.
Shoutouts, nothing really. I feel like I did a lot of shoutouts just within this interview. So watch the interview. It's pretty long, but if you want to learn about me, I think this was a very open, honest interview. I had a lot of fun, and yeah, that's mostly it for me.
All right, guys, there you have it. Stay tuned to esportsheaven.com for more coverage of Pound 2016. I'll see you.